like everybody's like, you're a narcissist. They're narcissistic. It's narcissism. Everybody just uses it like fucking Play-Doh nowadays.
Oh, okay.
So that's why.
Play-Doh? That's the example? Play-Doh?
Yeah, that's all I could think of.
You're a mom.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the AITA Asshole Files. I'm Nick, and this is my lovely wife and co-host, Miranda.
Hello.
We're doing 4 back-to-back Am I the Asshole stories with our normal shenanigans, but we're tossing it back and forth. So I'll start us off with story number 1. Miranda will lead story number 2. I'll take story number 3. Miranda will wrap up with story number 4.
Yeah.
And then we'll end with our votes for the Asshole of the Week award.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, for all those that aren't familiar, at the end of each Am I the Asshole Files episode, we're going to put in our vote for what we're calling the Asshole of the Week award. So out of these 4 stories, we're going to put in our vote for which one we think is deserving of the weekly Asshole of the Week award. But it's not up to us. We just get votes. It's up to all of our ranters out there to let us know what the final verdict is. So at the end of the episode, feel free to cast your vote on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And we'll see who the Asshole of the Week award goes to.
Oh.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's dive right into this week's Am I the Asshole Files. So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for telling my wife my mother is correct and that she needed to be a parent today, but she fucked it up?
Jesus.
It's a solid start.
That's a little bit aggressive, but all right. Let's go.
I am waiting in the airport and I need to know if I fucked up or not. This week, my daughter, she's in middle school, lost a classmate. My daughter has not taken it well, and overall, this is her first experience of someone she knows dying. The whole class was excused from school today, and the funeral is happening right now. I unfortunately could not be there. I tried, but my PTO was denied, and we cannot lose this job. I flew out on Wednesday night, and I am coming back now. Our daughter is a mess. She was friends with the girl that passed away. The plan was for my wife, she is unemployed at the moment, to take her to the funeral/mass and just be there. My wife is more spiritual than the average person and hates all things with the dead. Funerals, viewing, and so on. This one is only a mass funeral, so no viewing. She believes in ghosts and will avoid funerals like the plague. We discussed it on Wednesday, and she said she would take our kid and then go to the gravesite. I got a call from my daughter sobbing that she wasn't going to the funeral. My wife was refusing to take her. When I got her to answer my call, she told me she can't do it and she is scared to go. I called up my mom and asked her to pick up my daughter and take her to the funeral. My mom left work and took her. They are there now. I got a call from my wife after with her crying because my mom tore her a new one. The gist was my mom called her a bad parent and that it is so fucked up that she couldn't take our kid to the funeral of a classmate. She wants me to make my mom apologize, and I told her my mom was right, that this was something that our daughter needed, and she fucked up, that she wasn't acting like a parent because of her fear of the dead. All she needed to do was stay through mass. We got into a huge phone call argument, and she called me a huge dick. My mom is apparently getting texts also, and I told her to not let our daughter know that we are fighting and if she could look after her for the day. She agreed. Am I the asshole for telling my wife my mother is correct and that she needed to be a parent today, but she fucked it up?
Absolutely not. Not the asshole whatsoever. Like, all you had to do was just drive her there. If you didn't even want to go inside, like, I mean, even that would be a dick move, but like, at the very least, get her there. Get her to where she wanted to be and like, let her go and grieve. Like this, you know, maybe that's just part of her process. Everybody grieves differently, but maybe this is something they said it's her first experience with someone that she knows that's died. So this overall, so this is probably the only thing that she knows of, like, typically what to do to help with the grieving process. And now you're cutting this away from her, or tried to cut it away from her. Like, why are you making it more distressful for her than it already is?
And I get that people grieve in their own way, but like you're taking that grieving process away from your daughter.
Yeah.
You're not even giving her the choice to decide how she wants to grieve. You're just full on just ripping it away from her.
Yeah. Like that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think, yeah, your wife needs to put her own shit aside and do what she needs to do for your daughter. Like that, just at the end of the day, that's just all that it is. I don't know how else to phrase it, honestly.
Do you think that the mother should have handled it differently and let the husband kind of take the, not the control, but I don't know how to word that. The conversation, do you think that should have happened differently than the mother kind of jumping down her throat?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
The father's mother, the grandmother, I guess.
Obviously, yeah, but I mean, you can't control what somebody else's actions are. He probably didn't know his mom was going to say that. Obviously, she didn't know she was going to say that. But right. I mean, so that there's not really anything you can do about that because it's out of both of your control. What she should have done though, because I think that the mom knew from the jump that she wasn't going to take her. So if that's the case, you should have called the grandmother and worked it out ahead of time instead of doing all this shit. Because I'm sorry, if you already know that you don't like this kind of stuff, you know what the plan is, and then you're like, no, we're just not going to go. I'm too scared. You knew for a fucking fact that you weren't going to take her. Let's be real. You knew you weren't going to take her. You didn't do anything to make the situation any better. You fucked up.
I wonder if that right there, I wonder if that is everyone sucks here. Not the overall scenario, but that right there. Because depending on how long they've been married, I mean, they have a kid in middle school.
And
you know what I mean? So the husband should probably know this. I mean, if they haven't gone through kind of the death grieving funeral process, then maybe he doesn't. But I would argue that if he knew, I mean, he knows. He even said it.
Oh, no, I'm saying I think that the mom knew, like the mom of the daughter knew that she wasn't going to take her to the funeral.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, her. So we'll call the other one grandma.
Yes.
The grandmother, mother, and then father. And then the daughter, right?
Gotcha.
So the mother and the father, right? If it sounds like the father knows full well how she is, right? And especially you even said it. This is an interesting part that I didn't think about when I first found this story was she avoids, where is it? She avoids it like the plague.
Yeah.
How do you so you know that, but you still asked her to, yeah, right here. She believes in ghosts and will avoid funerals like the plague. So if you knew that, I would argue, right, that you should have just went to grandma.
I agree.
From the
100%. I do say though, like, it does come down to it. I don't think it's an everybody sucks here situation because like it seems like he did try to get something set up and he was like, okay, you got this. Like you're good. Yeah. And then mother was like, oh yeah, I got it. And then decided that she was too scared to go. I think, yes, you probably could have just contacted contacted grandma.
Yeah.
But again, if she was reassuring you that she had it handled, then it's just hard because I imagine like you don't want to feel like you're being undermined either. So if you say that you have it handled and then you find out that he went behind your back to have somebody else get it taken care of, you're going to feel some type of way. But also in this situation, when you were supposed to be the one taking care of it, you guys could have had a backup plan if you knew that you weren't going to fucking take care of it.
Yeah, but I'm also wondering if this is like, so you know how you agreed to, not to downplay the scenario in any way, shape, or form, but you know how like you're invited to a party or an outing or whatever a week, 2-3 weeks in advance, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. And then it gets to the time and you're like, fuck, why the fuck did I agree to do this? This might be a similar thing where she was like, yeah, I'll take care of it. But once it got near, she was like, fuck, she started panicking and all this other stuff, right? You still should have put that shit aside and took care of your daughter. You should always put that first.
Yeah.
But if you avoid this kind of thing like the plague and you're very spiritual and all this kind of stuff, and it's just something you don't do, then that's why I think, not the overall question, but just that part. Just the part about you guys talking about it.
Yeah, before he went on it sounds like he went on a work trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I think everyone kind of sucks here, because you shouldn't have even asked her in the first place.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I guess my number one is still not the asshole. Close number two could be everybody sucks here, just because of like the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yeah.
But I think that when it comes down to like being like realistically, you're not the asshole. Your wife should. I feel like she knew ahead of time that she wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean,
or at least had some inkling. I don't know.
I look at this as two different, not scenarios, but like parts, right? So we discussed it on Wednesday, and she said she would take our kid and then go to the gravesite. Right there is where I'm torn between, everyone sucks here, right? Because like you even later explain it in the original post, right? That she avoids the stuff like the plague. Right. But then you still asked her to do it. So that's where I'm like, both of you could have done better there. But the overall question, though, am I the asshole for telling my wife my mother is correct and that she needed to be a parent today, but she fucked it up?
I still don't think you're the asshole. Obviously, we don't know everything that was said specifically. And like, I'm never in favor for in-laws, like, bad mouthing the other parent or anything like that. But in this specific scenario, I'm inclined to say that grandma was right, because she had to leave work, which she could have planned ahead for if you guys all fucking did it.
Yeah. Like,
she had to come in and do something that you said that you were going to do, that you knew ahead of time that you had to do. Like, so I don't blame grandma for feeling the way that she is, because you probably fucked up a lot of shit for her too. So
the daughter or the grandma?
The grandma. Yeah, like, probably. If she had to leave work early, you don't know what her employment situation is.
She didn't get the opportunity to request PTO. She just dropped everything and went.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
that's a mother.
Yes. 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 Literally 100%. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just very frustrating that, like, I don't know. It sucks when you have to go through shit like that in middle school and you're just like at the mercy of somebody else's, like, transporting you where you need to go. Yeah. It sucks. And that's why I think, I think it's shit. I don't like it.
I would definitely, going forward though, I agree, definitely not the asshole for me. But going forward, I would definitely recommend to OP, don't
rely on her for shit like this.
Yeah, you can't. You know, if you know that about her, don't ask her to fucking do it.
Just don't.
Do it. Ask somebody else. Ask grandma.
Yes.
Right?
Just, I mean, whether or not she goes to I don't know what her issue is with the fucking funerals and stuff like that. I don't know if it's a therapy kind of issue, but if she's not going to take the steps to address it, don't ever put yourself, or especially your daughter, in a situation where you guys need to rely on her in that type of scenario ever again.
I agree.
Like, this isn't going to change.
So Reddit's overall verdict was not the asshole, obviously, I would hope. The first, I got 3 top comments. The first one is not the asshole. Your wife let her own feelings get in the way of her daughter's. As a parent, she needs to get used to doing things that might make her uncomfortable for the sake of her child's mental health and well-being. I mean, that's perfect right there. Yeah. Perfectly said. Second one is, holy smokes, not the asshole, but you've got a serious mess on your hands when you get home. If I were you, I'd focus on your daughter's broken heart for a while. Don't try to resolve the anger and mess with your wife's fear of the dead. When you get home, take daughter out for a walk, a cry, and a hug, and talk about what you can do together to remember her friend. Maybe write a story of a fun time together that she can give to the mom of her friend. So that was pretty solid, too.
That would be sweet, yeah.
Last one is not the asshole. The cardinal rule of parenting is to do what is best for your kid whenever it is possible. Your wife decided her discomfort was more important than your daughter's need for closure. Yep. That's simply a bad parenting decision / selfish action.
Yeah. So, I hate to say it, Mom, but you were a bad mom in that moment.
Kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right, time for our second Am I the Asshole?
Yay! Okay, so the second story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Not Picking Up My Ex's Daughter from School When I Picked Up Our Son? Ex cheated on me when I was pregnant with our son, 8. And because of this, he has a daughter, also 8, with his affair partner, now wife.
Jesus.
We are not on good terms, and I do not have a relationship with my ex's daughter. I have never spoken a word to her or spent any significant time in her presence. Ex and I split custody 50-50 of our son. 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the school during his custody time stating that nobody had picked our son up from school and asking if I would. When I got to the school, my ex's daughter was also there and the teacher was with her. She told me I was on the approved list for pickup for my ex's daughter and asked if I would take both kids.
Whoa.
I said no. And I told her I did not want to be on the list as I would never pick the other child up from school. She told me she would pass the word along and it would be taken care of, and I had to call to follow up on this. My ex never told me he or his wife added me to the authorized pickup list for his daughter. When he realized I had not picked up his daughter with our son, he was furious. He asked me, how could I leave her behind when I would have our son unplanned anyway? I told him via our parenting app that I picked up our son as I would always do if needed, but his daughter is not my child and I will not be their emergency school pickup. According to him, my ex's daughter was there until 7 because I refused to pick her up with our son. She's a child and I understand that's not ideal. I don't feel bad per se, but I do wonder if I would be considered an asshole for being unwilling to do it this once. This is not something I want to be a regular thing, and it's the first time it ever happened. Ex's wife was apparently delayed out of town, and ex was working. Am I the asshole for not picking up ex's daughter from school when I picked up our son?
So this is an interesting one because whenever there's a kid involved, I always kind of tread lightly, err on the side of caution, I guess. And if the biggest thing from this story is that if somebody wasn't going to, if it wasn't guaranteed safety, that somebody was going to stay with that child and you left that child, you are 100% a fucking asshole because now you are putting that child in danger. I don't know what city this is. This could be fucking downtown Detroit. I mean, she was right?
But
what I'm saying is that if the child was left there alone, unattended, just completely unprotected, right? And you left them just because you felt uncomfortable, you didn't want to do this, which I understand. That's where my line is like, but if the child stayed with like the principal or a teacher or there's somebody.
She was with the teacher.
Okay, she was. Okay, so that's the biggest thing for me. As long as somebody was staying with the teacher, it's pretty shitty to put the teacher in that fucking situation. But at the same time, it's pretty shitty to put you in the situation as well. My question is, why the fuck did you even land on that list? You know what I mean?
That's a good fucking question.
Like, you need to remove me from this. You could probably go to the school and
be
like,
she said that in that initial interaction with the teacher, she said that like she didn't know she was on that list and she didn't want to be on that list. She wanted to be removed immediately. Right. And then she said that she had to call. Yeah, I had to call to follow up on this.
Yeah, right.
So she made sure that she was taken off of the list after the situation happened. But
I think she did all of the right things. She made sure that there was a teacher there to keep the kid safe. It wasn't just leaving her on the side of the fucking road, right? She expressed concern with being removed off that list. I think she did all the right things. And also, if she would have done it, what's stopping it from happening again? Like, it's just going to happen over and over and over. Exactly. You're always going to be the crutch. You're always going to be that kind of safety net. So it's good to set that boundary, I think. As long as, so my verdict is, as long as the kid wasn't in danger, you're not the asshole. That's my vote.
Yeah, I mean, that was really my consensus too, because like usually when it comes to like the kids stuff, I'm like, well, whatever, as long as the kid is safe, that's always my biggest thing.
Exactly.
So at first I was like, well, why wouldn't you just take her? But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I probably wouldn't like have my kid be picked up by somebody that they've never spent time with either. And if I already know that like me and you have bad blood, I'm probably not going to have you take care of my child that you're not related to.
So you mean that comes back to why is she on the list?
Yeah. Okay. But so, I mean, yeah, that's why I'm saying like this can never be me.
Most of these stories
I know.
are that right there.
Yeah, I mean, initially I was thinking like maybe she was the asshole because I thought the same thing. Like, why would you just leave her behind? Like,
but she's
you know who this child is, and but like she knows
Uh-huh.
who you are. But like then it becomes more clear that like they know of each other. They don't actually know
right.
each other.
Exactly.
But yeah, so my final verdict was not the asshole as well.
It's shitty to put the teacher in that scenario.
I agree.
That situation.
100%.
Yeah. Because now they have to stay there till 7.
Yeah. I mean, are you ready for some comments?
Yeah. What was Reddit's verdict?
So this is why I wanted to jump into it, so I didn't say anything that they said.
Okay.
So the first comment was, they're quoting it. According to him, my ex's daughter was there until 7 because I refused to pick her up with our son. And then the rest of the comment said, no, this was not because of you. He should have gone himself. And then a reply to that comment was, imagine not picking up your daughter and not calling the school or the person you hope would pick her up. Also, I think he's probably lying about the daughter being stranded at school until 7 p.m. By that time, schools in my district would have already called the police and CPS. Ooh. Which is, I think, is the most likely, honestly.
I didn't even think about that.
That was honestly like the second thing I thought about when they said that she was there with the teacher until 7 o'clock. I'm like, what teacher do you know is going to stay 4 hours after school and not be freaking the fuck out about where those parents are? Because I would.
Yikes.
I'd get to like 5 o'clock and I'd be like, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
Because where are they dead somewhere? Like I would immediately be like, your parents are dead. And like, now we need to figure out where you need. I'm not going to tell them that.
Yeah.
But I would be thinking like, I need to call the police or something,
Right.
Like that would be my thing.
That's a good point though.
Obviously they did call the emergency contact, but yeah, I definitely.
But the first, I think it's like the middle of that comment though, really nailed it on the head, because that's a great question. Like, how are you going to not only not pick up your daughter, not call the school, but not call the emergency contact that you expect to pick up your daughter? Like, you didn't do fucking anything.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't do anything to relieve this fucking situation.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying is that like, because you didn't communicate with all these different people, they should have called the police, because they rightfully should have assumed that you were dead on the street somewhere.
I definitely agree. But this is another reason why, I mean, it solidifies my fucking verdict, because I don't think you're just going to be a safety net.
Yeah.
You are already looked at as a safety net that doesn't need to be communicated with or anything.
Yeah, that they just
be
assume like, oh, well, she has one of my kids, she'll take the other one.
Yeah, you're there to catch the fumble.
Yeah. I would definitely be like the same response that she had though. Like, I'm here to take care of my child the way that I would in any other situation.
Exactly.
My child.
Not yours.
Yes. Or even if it was another kid, but like if I was okay with being their emergency pickup, if I knew ahead of time, if I had gotten, I don't know, something, but you're not just going to fucking dump your kid on me and then disappear. I'm going to call CPS myself.
Especially with how that relationship.
That's what I was saying in the beginning.
That child is from you cheating.
Yeah. Why would you ever want to leave your child with somebody who potentially hates them?
Yeah, fuck that.
Come on.
No, definitely.
Like, you're so stupid. Mm-hmm. So the next comment was, not the asshole. I feel bad for that other kid, but that's not your responsibility at all. Also, him not picking up your kid, that's bad. Make sure you document that in case you need to rework custody.
Boom.
And there was 2 replies to that one. The first one said, also want to add, you shouldn't pick up someone else's kid without instructions that you agreed to saying so, especially someone you have a negative relationship with and legal issues with. That can open up its own risks right there. And the second response said especially because then OP has to take responsibility for a child that isn't hers, but is instead the child of a couple she has a bad relationship with and who has no loyalty to her. I've seen too many horror stories of exes convincing kids to blame the other parent for stuff. Least with her son, the chances are lower if she has a good relationship with her son. The daughter has no relationship with her, and so would be easier for the ex and the other woman to manipulate against OP.
Wow.
I did not think of that.
Yeah.
I didn't consider that aspect of it, of them like using the child to manipulate her.
Right.
But yeah, my immediate thing was like, I would never put my child in a situation where they're being cared for by someone who I don't have a good relationship with.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't fuck with you, you will never, ever be alone with my child. There's no fucking way. But,
it's just crazy how she's looked at as a fucking safety net.
Yeah.
Like you're there to catch fumbles. That's it. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, right.
But all right. So now it's time for our third Am I the Asshole story.
So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Apologize for My Mom Feeling Left Out of My Wedding? Last March, my husband, 30 male, and I, 32 female, had a small wedding. Since then, things with my mom have been a total mess. For background info, my dad passed away several years ago. Now, OP broke this story up into 3 parts. Before the wedding day, and present day.
Okay.
So, before the wedding. Once we got engaged, I tried to talk to my mom about our ideas for the wedding. My mom hates social events and weddings specifically. She thinks they're a waste of money and an inconvenience to guests. She kept pressuring us to elope or have a micro wedding. Keep in mind that she wasn't paying for anything. After telling her no a dozen times, I finally snapped and told her to drop it. After that, she completely shut down and lost interest. I still tried to involve her by inviting her to the florist, dress alterations, offering to go shopping for her Mother of the Bride outfit, MOB.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But she was always too busy or just uninterested. I even asked her to get ready with me in the bridal suite, but she refused, saying she'd rather get ready at home because she didn't want to socialize. She even skipped the rehearsal dinner because she didn't feel wanted. The wedding day. On the day of, she showed up to the bridal suite with my uncle in tow. The room was tiny with zero privacy, and I didn't want a man in there while we were all changing. Since she refused to leave his side, she got incredibly offended that she wasn't allowed to stay. For the record, she was already completely ready. Outfit, hair, makeup, so she would have been the only one not being exposed. Then, immediately after the ceremony, she tried to leave. She actually told my maid of honor to tell me goodbye because she was just leaving. It took multiple people convincing her to stay just to take photos and say a proper goodbye. It was a huge, disappointing scene. She missed the reception entirely, and of course, this was incredibly noticeable to all of our guests. Present day. She's been crying to relatives and her friends about how disappointed she is that she wasn't included, and claiming I've pushed her out of my life. She's refusing to have a real conversation with me until I apologize for not taking her feelings into consideration. I feel like I spent months begging her to be involved only for her to blow me off, but now she's acting like it was my fault that she wasn't involved. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize?
No, not at all. I think you should tell everybody the truth about what happened and go no contact.
Oof.
Honestly,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, oh, you pushed me out of your life. No, bitch, you walked out. You chose to leave. You chose to not be a part of it. You chose to consistently interject your own wants and like all these things, trying to make it all about you. And when it wasn't, you got all pissy about it and decided, I'm just not going to play with you guys then. So go fucking play with yourself, bitch. I don't give a shit. I know that's your mom. I'm sorry.
Took it back to the playground right there.
She's acting like a fucking child. And if you want to act like that, then go.
I wonder if there's any kind of tread carefully. Screws that aren't entirely tight.
I mean, I don't really care if there are or not, honestly.
I don't know if there's like some kind of
imbalance
or
no.
It seems like there's I always forget and you always correct me on it. fucking the person that can't leave the house in Shameless.
This isn't Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, are you talking about agoraphobia?
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like along the lines of like she has like extreme anxiety kind of thing.
Yeah, she's just got like social anxiety and then she wants everybody to cater to her.
Yeah.
That's not how life works.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
so,
I agree.
I don't know. I think go for it. You can try and have like one more conversation, but I would definitely be like, if you don't knock your shit off, I will send messages to every fucking person in our family and then we will never speak again. Are you done?
Hold on. What do you mean by that?
Tell everybody what happened.
I mean, you don't have to go no contact to do that part.
No, I would just let her know that you are.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I would do that shit regardless.
Well, yeah, definitely. But yeah,
Fuck
like
that.
if you want to give her one final attempt,
Yeah.
be like, you can cut the shit and like we can try and fix our relationship or we're done. But I'm not going to apologize to you.
That's fair.
Because I didn't do anything wrong. You are at fault here. And if you're not going to take accountability for that either, then we're done also. So like,
you actually did the exact opposite of doing anything wrong. You tried harder than I fucking would have.
yeah.
Like you tried hard.
Yeah.
And I think that deserves kind of, I don't know.
Big pat on the back.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Because like you were really, in my opinion, you were super fucking patient. You tried your hardest to make this thing work.
The kicker for me though was her trying to like make a scene at your wedding. That's one thing that like I don't know.
think there was a scene.
She made a scene 100%.
You mean
leaving? She's like, tell her I'm leaving. You did that because you wanted other people to have attention on you. And then you wanted other people to beg you to stay so that you would feel important on the day. And then you wanted to say that you're not going to the reception so people would beg you to go to the reception. You wanted to make the day all about you. That right there, honestly, that would have been enough for me to go no contact. Honestly, the second I found out that somebody was like, your mom's trying to leave, I would have been like, tell her to fucking go then. Tell her to leave.
Yeah.
I would have walked up to her myself and been like, bye, see you later.
I looked
Don't
at this,
come to the reception.
I looked at this as she told one individual person, like off to the side, that she was going to go when she was trying to sneak out the back door. I didn't know that it was, because that makes a lot more sense. That matches her personality a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
That would explain kind of.
I think with people like that, when they're trying to leave quietly, no, you're not. No, you are not. You never fucking are. You're trying to get the attention diverted back to you. You're trying to get people to beg you to stick around. That's how it happens all the time with these people. They never try to leave quietly. All they ever do is destructive shit and try and get all the attention back on them.
Yeah, right.
She was never had any intention of doing anything calmly and quietly.
So you think that with that concept in mind, do you think that that's the reason she doesn't like to socialize and she doesn't like to be out, because it isn't all about her?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
100%.
I mean, that makes sense.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like, if you told me that she's the type of person to start up some shit every time she goes out, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not even a tiny bit.
That makes sense though.
Yeah. She has just that type of personality.
Is that
from the sound of it.
A narcissist?
I don't know. I feel like people throw around narcissist a lot. I don't know exactly if that's what it would be under. I would say that's probably the closest thing that I would guess, but I am not a medical professional, so I don't know for sure.
Narcissist? A narcissist is an individual with extreme selfishness, a profound lack of empathy, and an intense need for admiration.
Sounds like mommy.
Sounds like mommy indeed. Nails on the fucking head.
I wasn't going to say it because, like I said, I feel like everybody's like, you're a narcissist. They're narcissistic. It's narcissism. Everybody just uses it like fucking Play-Doh nowadays.
Oh, okay.
So that's why.
Play-Doh? That's the example? Play-Doh?
Yeah, that's all I could think of.
You're a mom.
Yeah. Better one than she is. I wouldn't do that shit. I'm just saying.
Goodness, that's funny. That's true, though. That's true. So your verdict is obviously not the asshole.
Yeah.
Right? That was mine as well. The overall verdict on Reddit was not the asshole, obviously. Got the top 3 comments. The first one is, not the asshole sounds like a narcissist who wanted all the attention on your wedding day and found a way to make it all about herself, which is exactly what you said. Second one is, wow, she sounds exhausting. I think she got social feedback that her behavior was messed up, and now she wants to rewrite history to make it your fault, not the asshole. Tell relatives the real story if you want.
Yep.
Which is something else that you were talking about too. I wouldn't even wait. Like, I would do it immediately.
Oh, I would send out like a mass message to everybody. I'm sending it in the family group chat.
Yeah,
if there isn't one, there is one now.
Oh, God. The third one is, not the asshole. Your mother needs therapy and lots of it, which I fucking agree.
Yeah.
Because that's not something that I would fucking deal with. I would
absolutely. Like I said,
cut you off.
If somebody pulled that shit on my wedding day and tried doing the whole, I'm just gonna leave, then leave.
That would have been my thing too. And I was gonna say that. I forgot about it. But after you said that, I was like, well, that was my thought. And I was like, why would you even beg her to stay?
I don't want you to stick around for photos.
Okay.
I don't want any memories of you being here on this day.
That's one thing that I feel bad about for OP is that she genuinely wants her mom there. And she keeps trying and trying and trying, even when she's like about to leave.
Yeah.
She's trying to, get her to stay, and that's very unfortunate for her, but you got to know toxic when you fucking see it.
Oh, yeah.
And like, this is just somebody that just wants all the attention on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's kind of like 2 siblings that don't go home at the same time.
Pretty much,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Kind of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they want all the attention on them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this reminds me of.
Kind of,
and
yeah.
it's fucking wild.
Yeah, she's just
Like,
annoying.
why she's just annoying.
She is.
That's fair.
Just like, as a person, I don't even know you and I don't like you.
I mean, yeah. I would definitely cut you off right away.
Yeah. Well, if you end up getting married again, OP, let me know. I'll be your mom.
Oh, gee. Oh, God. Hopefully your marriage works out.
No, I meant like just do like a renewal since she fucked up the first one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she didn't fuck it up too much.
Well, hopefully not. But,
You know what I mean?
I'll be there. I'll come hang out for a good wedding.
Oh, God. All right, time for our last Am I the Asshole? God.
All right. The final story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Cheating My Coworker Out of a Free Meal? Ooh.
Okay.
I, 28 male, work with this woman, Lydia, 24 female, who has a very annoying habit. She has a dating profile that she uses specifically to lure guys to buying her expensive dinners at restaurants she wants to try and then ghosts them. Lydia brags about this all the time and is never interested in actually dating, but she'll act like it to sell it. I can't stand this because it's playing with people's hearts, but Lydia thinks of it as a life hack to try food or drinks that she otherwise couldn't afford. My friend Daniel, 32 male, is also on dating sites, but for the right reasons. His late wife died a few years ago, and he's just started jumping back into the dating scene. Daniel's a very sweet guy, and I really want him to find a great lady for him. A few days ago, he texted me asking if I knew Lydia.
Oh, no.
They matched and got to talking about work, which is how he found out we worked at the same place. I told him all about Lydia's BS with the restaurant thing and made it very clear to him that he would do best to drop things with her early on. Daniel said he'd probably still do the date, but asked for separate checks. Well, they went out this past weekend, and on Monday, Lydia came into work very upset. I asked her how her date with Daniel went, and she ripped into me asking if I was the one who told him not to pay for her dinner. Apparently, she had Daniel take her to a high-end steakhouse, and she ended up splurging. She got a drink, a full entree with a side, and dessert, where Daniel just ordered a sandwich and a salad. Her bill alone came to 70-something, and she was almost in tears at work as she didn't expect to pay for it, and now her car was low on gas.
Oh, poor baby.
I got a little upset too, as she tried to use my friend as a literal meal ticket, but somehow she doesn't see it that way. Daniel told me later the date was going kind of well until he asked for separate checks, and then Lydia got weirdly cold. So now Lydia's mad at me because I told someone about her little tactic and it backfired on her. I don't feel like I did anything wrong since it was a grieving friend I was protecting. But some other people we work with said I should have stayed out of it because it was none of my business. So again, am I the asshole for cheating my coworker out of a free meal?
So 1, fuck those coworkers, and 2, you're out here doing God's work. 100,000%, because you did everything correctly, in my opinion. And also, hats off to OP's friend. I don't know what his
Daniel.
name was. Daniel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for that. I'm still going to go because like that was as soon as you started, that was my first comment that I was going to make. And I was like, well, what if it could be something? You know what I mean? What if the tactic kind of turns into actually something?
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
What if you guys actually like each other?
So exactly.
Yeah.
But then he actually went on the date. But then the real test is splitting the fucking check. If it was real, you wouldn't mind, right? If you're just out here for a fucking free meal, then I mean, you got yours. And I hope your car runs out of fucking gas because you are a real see you next Tuesday, especially for somebody that lost it. I have no fucking sympathy.
Yeah.
And she probably, sorry, maybe
Lydia?
I missed this. No.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about her fucking name. She doesn't have a name anymore. So it's Gemma. Her fucking name is Gemma.
Now it's going to get confusing.
Oh, sorry. But no, so are they all they all work together, right? Or
so
no?
Lydia and OP work together, and then OP and Daniel are friends.
Okay.
They all live in the same city, I'm guessing, is how they all... Because if it was like a dating site, I think you can set it to like within your city. I'm assuming that's how...
You would have to. Because why would you link with somebody in New York if you're in LA? Or whatever. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm assuming
is
I'm assuming that this assumes that we know how dating apps work.
I don't fucking know. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, definitely, I think he did it right for sure. I think that she got what she had coming to her, especially when you do this. That's why I brought up the question, because I was like, why doesn't she know that I guess the question is, does she know? Because that would make it even worse. That would fucking make it so much worse for me.
Oh yeah,
if she knew that he was a widower, that would be you would be the goddamn devil.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
if that came up in conversation.
Say that she knew.
So I don't want to add anything to the story. So we'll leave that out of it, right? Since it wasn't said in the story, we'll just pretend that it wasn't. But I think she still got what she had coming, because if she continues to do this, and that was another comment that I had too when you started the story, is that this is a pretty common thing. This isn't like something that's like taboo. I don't know about other countries, but in the States, women do this all the time. And
I've heard of people doing it.
I don't know if men do it. I'm sure they fucking do. But you hear about, at least I've heard more about women doing it than men. So it's not like a super taboo. I think it's still shitty, but like some people are just, they just want to be taken to a high-end place, and then they get everything paid for, and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've seen, like those videos of people that they like go out on first dates, and the woman's like, I don't want to go because we're at fucking Olive Garden, some dumb shit. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's just stupid. I also agree though that like, I totally understand why on first dates, why the guys don't want to go to super expensive places, because like if you go for the tradition, they're expected to pay for the first date. So if, they're going on all these dates and everything, these are all these meals they got to pay for, like that adds up. So, I mean,
and this may be an unpopular opinion, right? But my opinion is that shit's earned. It should be earned, right? So a high-end restaurant should be earned, right?
Yeah.
So like an anniversary, a birthday, something like that. If I'm just taking you out on a first date and we're just kind of feeling each other out or whatever, that's not, you haven't earned shit.
Yeah, I would feel uncomfortable.
Why do I need to fucking take you to a high-end fucking place?
Yeah.
Because you're you? Get the fuck out of my face.
I would feel really uncomfortable with that anyway, because I mean, I just always think that it's a good idea that like when you're going, especially on a first date, go somewhere that that you can afford your own meal, just in case, like, as coming from a woman perspective, just in case like you have the meal and he pays and he's like, oh, I paid for dinner, so now you have to sleep with me. Okay, well then I'll just pay for my own fucking meal. Nobody is feeling obligated to do anything.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's common.
Who the fuck is saying that?
That happens a lot.
That's rapey behavior. That's
Have you been on social media lately?
That's not my algorithm.
Yeah.
We have different algorithms.
Well, maybe you
gross.
should expand a little bit.
No,
learn about what's going on out there, because yes, this is what men are doing.
That's a super smart tactic though, is go somewhere you know you can afford just so you can pay for your own meal kind of thing.
Yeah.
But not all women think like that. They just want to go to these high-end places.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, is that there's all these different like aspects where everybody comes into it. I definitely don't agree with the going to a super high-end place for a first date. I don't agree with like expecting them to pay for if they offer, that's great, but you should also make sure that you have enough to cover yourself just in case. I forgot what else I was gonna say, but
also there's two different scenarios that I see here too. Now that we're talking about it, is that the women that want to go out to high-end places for these first dates and all that kind of stuff, they could some I would like to think, hopefully, that they are looking for the real thing and they just want to be pampered or fucking whatever, right?
Yeah,
which I understand.
Possibly.
That's a different scenario than what we're talking about right now. The reason why this person is a real see you next Tuesday is that there's no true intention behind it. There's no real like, you're not looking for the real thing. You're looking for a fucking free meal, right?
Yeah.
And also what makes it worse is that this is a widower. So like this,
yeah, I don't think it's not a good look, Lydia.
What's her name?
Lydia.
Lydia? Hashtag fuck Lydia.
Oh God. Now we got another one.
How do you spell it?
Lydia.
There you go. You heard it. Fuck Lydia. Listen, these hashtags, they catch on when it's fucking deserved, and this person deserves it.
Yeah.
If there wasn't
fucked up,
I think it would be a different I mean, it's still shitty. I don't want to take away from that. But for me personally, it would be a drastically less severe scenario if he wasn't a widower.
Yeah.
Because of the widower thing, and it's only been a couple years and he's just trying to get out there, that makes it significantly worse for me. And that's why I think you deserve that hashtag.
Yeah.
Because you're out here doing the devil's work. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fuck
you're
that.
a dick, Lydia.
Yeah, that's awful.
I agree. I didn't think that OP was the asshole in this situation at all. Are you ready for comments?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this first one says, not the asshole, her luck finally ran out. I question why Daniel still went ahead with the date after you clued him in, unless it was to show her up, in which case, fair play, it's my kind of petty. And OP responded to that saying, he did because it's been a while since he's dated and he wants to get more comfortable with dating again after his wife died.
Don't you dare blame. What's his name? Daniel?
No, they're asking like if he knew that she was going to do it, why'd he still go?
Okay.
That's just
got it.
all they're asking.
Okay.
So he said, I tried to talk him out of it altogether, but he said a first date would be good for him irregardless. And then somebody responded to that comment. And they said, like training wheels. He knew it was going to end poorly either way. So he might as well practice the whole small talk with someone you might be interested in romantically, but isn't your somewhat recently deceased wife. Oh God, I miss her. Don't let it show. Don't let it show. Don't cry at the table. Don't cry at the table.
Jesus.
That's how they did it.
So
they're like, he just went to go try out the small talk part, which a lot of people, like, they went further down to discussing that. And they were like, that's fair. That's fair.
You cannot blame.
You were grieving for a long time. It's been a long time since you've been dating. You already knew that it was probably going to be a bad situation. Just go and fucking try out like they said, try and see if you can get through the date without crying about your wife. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And maybe he thought like, maybe this will go somewhere. Maybe like it'll, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll bond or whatever. And it won't be about the fucking meal anymore.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
That's where my head was at. But I also understand that perspective too.
Yeah. That if it was the first date, like it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of emotions coming up. Like,
hold on. Maybe I missed this. This was the first date since...
I don't know if it was the first date, but it said it's been a while since he's dated. So it makes it sound like because his wife died a few years ago, he just started jumping back into the dating scene. So I put that together like he hasn't dated since he dated his wife.
I said my piece. So I'm just gonna leave it there.
I don't know.
But that makes it worse for me. But
I don't know.
Hashtag fuck Lydia.
Yeah. So the next one said, not the asshole. She did this to herself. You didn't cheat her out of anything. Her shameful ruse didn't work. If she can't afford her food, then she shouldn't go to the restaurant. You did what was right and protected your friend from a scammer. The people saying you did wrong are people with opinions not worth caring about.
Oh, people were in the comments saying that he was wrong?
No, his coworkers.
Oh, the coworkers. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was a reply to that one that they quoted the part where she said she ended up splurging. And they're like, yeah, I hate it when I accidentally order food I can't afford.
Oh, God, that's funny. What would have made it funnier, which I'm glad this didn't happen, because then it would have kind of tables would have turned maybe a little bit. But what he could have done is been like, yeah, order the shrimp, order the filet mignon. Right. I got it. Yeah. Get a bottle of wine.
Oh, that would have been.
And then split the bill and put all that shit.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
But
shitty.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just came to my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hashtag fuck Lydia. Cause that's,
Well, I have one last comment.
Oh, okay.
And it says, not the asshole. This is a con known as the lonely heart scam or just the romance scam. You pretend to be romantically interested in someone, suck up as many gifts as you can, and then ghost them. They often target widows or widowers because they're emotionally vulnerable. Lydia will deny it up and down because she doesn't see herself that way, but she's literally a con artist taking advantage of people. So... yeah. Whether she knew he was a widower or not, she's still scamming people. But yeah, if she knew, then that definitely, there's a special place in hell for you.
Now that we're through the story and we've done the comments and everything, and now our verdicts are out there and everything, I don't see how it couldn't come up in conversation. Right? Because like, especially at the beginning, like, you would think that it would kind of, if it doesn't come up in the beginning, it's going to come up at some point in conversation. Yeah, you're talking about life. You're just meeting somebody new. Like,
yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if he was like, hey, just, to be transparent, like I was married, blah, blah, blah. Or if he was like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want it to like affect our conversation. So there's no clear cut answer of whether or not she knew.
You know what makes this worse? It's probably, I don't know how these profiles work, but it's probably in his profile. She probably knew it before they even fucking went on the date.
I don't know. I don't know. Some people might not put that in there. They might just put single.
But if he did, that makes it significant. Again, I don't like adding stuff to stories, and I don't mean to. But that would make it significantly fucking worse. If it was in the profile and then you sought out that relationship, you are. She should have fucking ordered the filet mignon.
I agree.
God damn it.
All right. Well, that was our last Am I the Asshole story.
So now it's time for our votes for the Asshole of the Week award. So who you voting for? Story 1 is Funeral Mom. Story 2 is School Pickup. Story 3 is Wedding Mom. And story 4 is First Date Scammer. What you got? Funeral Mom, School Pickup, Wedding Mom, First Date Scammer. This one's fucking easy for me.
Oh, because you're going with fuck
Hashtag
Lydia?
Fuck Lydia.
Yeah. I'm torn between that one and Wedding Mom.
That's a very big day to ruin.
Yeah.
That's a very big day to ruin.
So.
Who is the bigger asshole?
Honestly, I think that the bigger asshole is Wedding Mom, because at least Lydia, like, Daniel got his get back at her. So she felt a little bit of the wrath of her actions. Okay. I think Wedding Mom could still feel
So your vote is story 3, Wedding Mom. My vote is story 4, First Date Scammer. Hashtag Fuck Lydia.
Yep.
So there you go. Let us know what your vote is in the comments.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, we want to let everybody know, we want to hear from you, whether you agree, disagree, have some topic requests, or maybe you have your own Am I the Asshole story. We want to hear about it, so feel free to drop a comment, send us a direct message, or email us. All of our links and information is available at our website, which is therantingpodcast.com. Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
No?
Let us know what your votes are.
Yeah, definitely vote for what you think is deserving of the award.
Yeah, and I guess if you guys feel it's fitting, just go ahead and start spamming it with fuck Lydia too, just like you did fuck Gemma.
There you go.
Fuck it.
All right.
Still getting them. Go ahead.
All right, that's it for us. If you like the show, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.